Well, well, well. Opening day 2026 started off with the weather kind of shaky in Chicago, of course. It is what it is. But the Washington Nationals visit Wrigley Field, and unfortunately, the Cubs lose today by a score of 10-4. Um, Obviously, a lot to talk about, a lot to unravel based on this game. First off, great to see Hall of Famers, Cubs Hall of Famers, Ring of Honor Cubbies there to kick off the season, and also to my favorite Cub, Anthony Rizzo there, throwing out the first pitch. He looked great. Man, I wish Rizzo was still part of the active organization, even as a coach. Anything. I love that dude. I miss him so much. But it was great to see him. Weather in Chicago, obviously gloomy, windy. There was some light showers in the area. It's better than when I was there when it was like opening day and the Cubs were playing the White Sox at Wrigley and there was snow and ice everywhere and it was like a 4 hour delay, but they still got the game in. So you pick and choose your battles when you go to Chicago for opening day. Um, but Boyd got the start versus Cavalli um, today on the bump here. Michael Busch picking up where he left off had a great game. I think he ended up with 3 for 4. It was great. Um, Seeing Matt Shaw out there in right field, obviously the ball will find you. Caught a nice line drive. Probably took away some extra base hits. Washington Nationals Weimer, he had a nice homer out there. Cavelli looked good for a while. Obviously, he was looking like he was settling in. But then in the third inning, RBI bloop by Busch. Dansby scored. It was a tie game at the time. Then PCA with the RBI single, 2-1 Cubs. Let's see here. Yeah, in fourth inning, obviously, let's see. Boyd had about 49 pitches. Abrams from Washington crushed a nice liner down the right field line, doubles, two scores by the Nats. Boyd was yanked at the top of the fourth. Obviously, he ended up going 3 2/3. He gave up 6 earned runs. Um, the fifth, I mean, obviously in the fourth he gave up 5 runs. That was like kind of the breaking point right there for Matt. That was tough. Obviously, I'm a Matt Boyd fan. I love his story. I love his story about his grandfather being a diehard Cub forever, and Boyd had a great season last year. But that was last year, and now this is this year. So we got to put that behind us and move forward. Even though he pitched in the USA World Baseball Classic, he didn't look that good. You know, I'm grateful. That a Cub was able to wear the uniform to pitch, but he didn't really look that good. As for today, it was okay. I mean, obviously the fourth inning just kind of came undone. Um, and then Ben Brown comes in relief, and boom, 2-run homer in the basket. I think it was 7-2 Nationals at that time. Dansby had a nice RBI. Um, let's see here. Obviously a wild pitch by Brown. They score again. It's 8-3 at that time. Another RBI, excuse me, by PCA, bottom of seventh, 8-4 Nationals at the moment. It looked like they were starting to build a little momentum, but the Cubs just gave up again a lot of it last year. Too many men left on base. You know, I think they believe they left 9. They left 9 today. That was huge. That's a lot of runner. That's a lot of runners on base. Then in the ninth inning, 2-run blast. That was basically the cherry on the top for the Nationals, 10-4. But yeah, an interesting nugget tidbit. Uh, the Cubs are actually 5-4 in the last 9 opening days, including today. So they've been pretty much very streaky on opening day for the past 10 years. So obviously, for them to break 500 next year, they'll have to win to go 5-5. So looking at the box score, like I said, Busch went 3 for 4. He had 2 doubles, a walk, two runs. Weimer went 3 for 3 for Washington. He had a great day. He had a great day. Um, they had 11 hits. We had 8. Again, the biggest thing though, 9 left on the base. That was huge. That was huge. I know it's only game one. I ain't tripping on it. But you always want your team to look good day one, especially at home. Cubs are celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the 2016 championship. So that was huge. So I mean, even if you look bad with a win, it's always great to set the tone. Unfortunately, we didn't get it today. Um, it's kind of a weird schedule. I'm not a big fan of how the scheduling is. They're off tomorrow on Friday. I guess gives you a day to think about it. And then you got Saturday and Sunday. I wish, if anything, the season would start tomorrow to go straight Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But again, that's MLB for you with the wonky scheduling. Um, but yeah, so the pitchers were announced already for Saturday. Obviously, Miles Michaelis. Obviously, I remember him a lot in St. Louis. Now he's on the Nats against Cade Horton. So that's great. Obviously, Cade Horton was amazing last year. People are talking about Cade Horton possibly Cy Young this year. Great. Again, it'd be great to have a bounce back. Washington's got a lot of young players. I mean, I don't really know too much about them trying to make a run this year, but they got a decent amount of young players. So I believe Horton hopefully has a wonderful game. We could get this back on track, to get that rubber game on Sunday. But it was great to see the boys. I've been waiting. The World Baseball Classic was so awesome. Unfortunately, USA didn't come up with the win, with the gold, and it is what it is. But it was great to see opening day in Chicago. The weather is unpredictable per usual, but again, there was no delay, so that was great. Looking forward to this rest of the season. 161 games left, people. No, I know everyone's an armchair critic, including myself, but the bats didn't look that great. It is what it is. And when you leave almost 10 people on base, missed opportunity. We can't allow that again this year. It's just not good. You know, I do believe that the Cubs will be a force this year. I I do believe that they will win 90 plus games like they did last year. I think they went 92 last year. Um, I think they can make 92. Obviously anything above 90 obviously is a nice season already. But we'll see as long as everyone stays healthy, and obviously we'll get Seiya hopefully back, within the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks. So it's good. Look forward to it. Horton Michaelis Saturday. It's great. Um, and I don't believe that's been determined for Sunday. But opening day, baseball is back, baby. The Cubs are back. Obviously now I'll be interested in checking out all the other games. I believe the Pirates are playing the Sox today. The Cardinals are playing. There's a lot of good games out there today for, especially all the rest of this week for opening day. But anyways, though, that's Stark Live bringing you some Cubs recap, and I plan to do this often. I don't know if I could do 162 games. That's a lot of videos, but it'd be nice to have like 150 in regards to recaps. But anyways, I look forward to it, y'all. Obviously, drop a comment if anybody likes to talk about the game, predictions, anything like that. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good one. Good luck to the Chicago Cubs for the rest of the season. It's going to be a great year, people. It's going to be a great year. Go Cubs, go. Fly that W. We'll see you on Saturday.